These are those coupons or is this just the folder about the coupon? No, there's the coupons. Are these coupons still? Hello, everyone. I do this about once a month. I'm looking through the bills. I left it too long this month. Look at that stack of paperwork I got to figure out, and there's more here right in front of me. Farmers Market Nutrition Program, June 1 to November 30. I guess that's done and gone. This is December now. It's $50 I just threw away. Because we didn't use those coupons while they were still valid. That's not good. I shouldn't do that sort of things. You know, we all, like I was saying last week, we all goof up sometimes. What is this? New York State. I think that just needs to be filed. Oh, that's a bill that needs to be paid. I have a unique way of doing my bills and stuff. Well, parts of it are unique. I have a spreadsheet. And most people, when they make a budget based on past monies. Or they put so much in an envelope for the bills coming up this month. I have a spreadsheet, and on that spreadsheet, it goes forward. Usually by this time in December, what is today? It's close to Christmas. Usually by this time of the year, I have my next year's spreadsheet already made, and in it, I put every single check I intend to write for the whole year. Taxes, insurance. Insurance is one I mess up on a lot. Because I never know how much it's going to be. And so I have to not actually put the actual amount. I carry over the amount from the last year. And usually that's not right anyway. So I don't have the check already scheduled in my bank program. Most of the checks on my spreadsheet are scheduled to automatically go out at the time that they should go out. I have no idea what this is. Oh, that was an ambulance ride. That was the night that Jack was having that severe reaction to withdrawal from the oxycodone. You remember that, don't you, baby? Mm-hmm. And that was rather terrible. But, you know what? It's water under the bridge now. It's happened. It's been done. It's been gone. And I don't have to worry about that happening. And we've lived through everything that's happened to us so far. And there's something really strengthening about getting down to rock bottom. When you've been down to rock bottom and you've figured out you're at the very bottom, and then you come back, you have found out what you're really made out of, what really matters to you. And there's a lot of strength in that. And then there are the days when I say, I don't want to do this. I'm strong enough. I don't want to do this thing that's going to make me stronger. I don't want any more. This isn't fair. Life shouldn't do this to me. I'm not as strong as the universe seems to think I am. But guess what? I got to do it all anyway. One way or another. I got to walk through this day. So, there it is. Yeah, you just got to go through it. Doing the best you can. I talked about that last week too, didn't I? Renewal application for senior exemption. You know, I used to repair computers. I got a whole bunch of alphabet soup after my name if I want to pull up all those computer certifications. I had like 300 or 400 individual certifications. I worked for a company that did repairs on computers for other companies. They did some on their own computers, but not much. Most of it was for other companies. It's a contract repair service, basically. And when I started working for him, I started in the office. I can type. And my typing has kept food on the table for a lot of years. It's about the only thing I could. I got to Tennessee. We left western Nebraska with everything we owned in one pickup truck and one Ford Pinto hatchback. Bright yellow. Not a bad car. When was that? That would have been in, give or take, 1982 or 3 or 4, somewhere in there. It was a long time ago. Got halfway across the country, had $1.67 in my pocket, and the car ran out of gas. And, yeah, that was interesting. We ended up spending the night sleeping in the vehicles in that parking lot of that gas station. And the next day, some family member that he'd called wandered over and put some gas in our tanks. Said, "Don't forget you owe me so much." Okay, fine, I'll take care of that when I can. Well, they fed us and got back in the vehicles, and we finished our trip down to Tennessee. Middle part of Tennessee, close to Nashville. I went into a temp service the next day. We got there on a Sunday, and I went into a temp service on Monday, and Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock I went to work. And I worked every day after that through the week, 5 days a week. And I did temp work for 2 years. Kept food on the table. I'm glad I can earn my living by my typing. I had this muscle when I was really typing a lot. If I made a claw here, this muscle was sticking up like that high. It was weird looking. It's still got a little bit of a rise there. You can probably, I don't know if you can see it or not. Paul's looking at me like I have gone totally insane, aren't you?
Right.
Yeah, about that. Do I know where I was going with this story?
I don't know, nerd.
Do I know where I started with this story? No? Have no idea. Okay, well, there's that one. Whatever it was. Hitting rock bottom was one thing I'd said about. I hit rock bottom in about 1981. I had been married to a young man for 11 years. And that was not a good situation. That was really not a good situation. Matter of fact, my medical doctor told me to get a divorce. I had one child and 8 months into having another one. And my medical doctor says you need to get a divorce. Well, at that time, I didn't think I had any sellable skills. But I left him. I looked in the mirror the next day and I really didn't know who that person in there was. I had completely lost me by trying to be whatever it was that he wanted me to be, and that way he wouldn't be hitting on me, as in physically striking. It was more mental abuse than physical abuse. 11 years. And so I moved into this little T90 rental house and went to get a job. Went to every single business in that little town and the next town down the road. And the last place I went was into one of the city offices or county offices. I don't know what it was. And I said, "I'm looking for a job." And she said, "Honey, you might as well let me go ahead and put you on the welfare rolls." And I said, "Not yet." I found a job. I found 2 jobs. I worked as a nurse's aide in the county-owned rest home. And I worked as a disc jockey at night on the little 2,000-watt radio station. And not going to repeat the call letters. Don't want them to get either love mail or hate mail, whatever it is you feel about what I'm saying and talking about and rambling around in my brain about. But I did get jobs. I got 2 jobs. They kept food on the table and paid the rent. I got by. I lived through that rock bottom time. And I came back. And I asked questions as I was coming back. I asked questions about what I really believed in and what my values really were. And I guess I did that okay for me. I've lived my life set on those values. Paul, would you say I'm a person that lives by my values?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of those things like being honest, especially being honest with yourself. Now that one's a hard one. Sometimes it's real easy to lie to yourself. Have you ever done that? I have no comments coming from my peanut gallery today. None at all. Yeah, it's hard when you lie to yourself. Try not to do that. But everyone does it every now and then. And after you've done it, you try to straighten things out and forgive yourself and go on moving. You're doing the best you can every day, just trying to get by. And that's up in the head and on the paperwork. I'll get through all this eventually. I guess that's enough for today. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just sitting here doing whatever I can do. I got out in the woodworking shop a little bit this week, but we're still getting over COVID here, and I did 2 days of work in the shop. I managed to go like 15 minutes before I collapsed in exhaustion. I got a long road to haul there. I'm going to have to get back in shape somehow. But I came in and I had overdone it the second day, and then I was coughing worse than ever yesterday. And today's not too bad, but I got to go get an MRI. Life goes on. Keeps on going on. Doesn't stop for anyone. There's times when you feel like it stops. My father used to say a guy driving by on a bicycle out there on the road wouldn't even care, which is one of the weirdest sayings I've ever held. No one else cares about your problems or my problems, and my problems are my problems. And even Paul and Jack sitting over there only have a little bit of interest in my particular problems. I think they care some. Do you care some? No. Oh, God, I got a dirty look from my wifey. She loves me. And Paul is making faces at me. Oh, well. Well, there you go. Well, people, have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Thank you.